school boys baseball. North Metro TV on the air with high school boys baseball this afternoon from Centennial High School as the Cougars welcome in the Blaine Bengals. J.W. Cox, Gabe Glidden, and the entire North Metro TV crew on a beautiful day. Just a slight breeze, blue sky, few wisps of clouds overhead, and Brandon Wozniak ready to fire the first pitch and does. A strike into Zach Rustad, the right fielder for the Bengals. They come into this game due the Bengals sitting with a record of 6-10 overall, 1-9 in Northwest Suburban play. The Cougars are 6-4 and 5-3 in Northwest Suburban play. Second pitch, swinging ground ball, takes a high hop on the second baseman Ewings, but he stays with it over to first base in time. And he retires Rustad 4-3 on the put out for out number one.
And a solid play there by Ewings. You saw on the screen, the hits the lip right there with the grass and dirt and meat, able to get the glove up quick and kind of protect the face almost, leaves the feet, makes a nice throw. Over to first, Wozniak does a nice job getting that first leadoff batter out for Centennial.
Sam Kriegler, the second baseman, now to stand in. Tyler Reichenborn would follow. Kriegler, first pitch swinging, pops it up, foul territory, catcher over, almost ran out of room, but right there, Diggins makes the catch, 3 pitches. And 2 away. Great defense so far behind Brandon Wozniak here at home at Centennial High School.
You know, I wasn't sure if Diggins was going to be able to get to that one. It looked like it was going to hit the fence and just be out of play. You can see right there all the way to the dirt, about a foot away from the fence, able to keep his eye on it even with the sun in the way. Good catch by Diggins. 2 outs here for Centennial.
Tyler Reichenborn, the center fielder, right-handed hitter. First pitch swinging. He fouls it back up and out of play.
You know,
a lot of swings so far.
You know, my goal is to catch one of those foul balls. I'm still trying to get on top 10 plays here for North Metro TV.
And we'll see if we can't catch you doing that and keep you from falling down out of the bleachers as well. An 0-1 tap back foul.
What do you need?
The 0-2. Reichenborn, 15 runs scored, 5 driven in.
I'm impressed with that 500 batting average. 1 out of 2 isn't too bad in the sport of baseball.
Pretty much Hall of Fame right there, if you keep that up. Right-handed hitter with 2 down here in the top of the first inning.
Is it good?
The 0-2 on the way, bounces down in the dirt. Trying to get Reichenborn to fish defensively. So far, Centennial has had that solid defense back behind and then in front of. The catcher Diggins making a great play, and the second baseman Ewings staying with a hard hop. Second pitch straight down in the dirt. Even up at 2-2.
I think trying to get him to chase here, you know, ahead in that count, you saw that little curveball, cutter, slider type pitch. Hits the dirt, a good pitch. You don't want to give him anything too good on 1-2.
Roddy Roxon fires, swing and a miss. High fastball got him to chase that one. Got him to swing and miss, rather. So a strikeout for round number 3, 1-2-3. Go the Bengals in the top half of the first inning. We're scoreless, we're hitless here on North Metro TV. J.W. Cox and Gabe Glidden with you. As we mentioned, great day for baseball. The Bengals coming in, trying to get back on the beam when it comes to Northwest Suburban Conference play. 5 of their 6 wins have been out of conference. Centennial, meanwhile, 5 wins in conference. These 2 teams last year finishing in the middle of the pack. It was a 4th place finish for the Bengals. Right there, just a game ahead of Centennial. And the Bengals lost in the 2nd round of sectional action. Meanwhile, it was a 1st round exit for Centennial last season, and now into the shortened season. The Bengals and Cougars trying to find their fate with just about a week and a half left before you start thinking about that sectional play again. Bengals now taking the field behind Dustin Burfiend.
And on the year here, Burfiend is 3-2. He's pitched in 6 games, 3 wins, 1 loss. So, you know, above 500 pitcher for them. For Blaine. And he'll like to mix in about 3 pitches, according to head coach Mr. Feigum.
As you take a look at the Centennial lineup, we'll start with Diggins, who made that great play defensively. Then Adam Anderson, the 3rd baseman. Joshua DeWitt will be 3rd up this inning, the center fielder. Wozniak, the pitcher, bats 4th. Earl Beck at first base bats 5th. Riley Elson, the left fielder, will bat 6th. And then it'll be Logan Ewings, along with Luke Dentz and Mitchell Rudy, the second baseman, shortstop, and right fielder, rounding out the lineup 7, 8, 9. As you take a look there at Diggins, the catcher, leading off, playing that catcher spot. Few and far between guys that have done that in their career. Look at the defense behind Burfiend. Brian Novak on the left side at 3rd and short. Kriegler and Buchelt at 2nd and 1st. Right to left in the outfield, Rustad, Reichenborn, Slauson, and Kyle Dean will be the catcher. for Burfiend throughout the day today. So left-handed hitter to start things off, and the catcher Diggins. No scores. We go to the bottom of the first inning, just underway. Centennial High School, Lynn Buhner, longtime head coach down the third base line, flashing the signs to his catcher Diggins, who awaits the first pitch. Burfiend kicks and fires, and that's in there for a strike, and it's 0-1.
I think the thing we're going to be able to, kind of keep an eye on today is it is a little bit windy, not a strong amount of wind, but a little bit. So outfielders will need to keep their focus on fly balls.
Second pitch down in the dirt. It's 1-1. Not a lot of wind gauges here at this field in the middle of the high school and elementary school complex here at Centennial. There are some flags down on the foul pole, as you can see, and those are just blowing right to left. Strike on the outside corner. It's 1-2.
And Burfiend doing a good job here on the leadoff hitter, getting ahead in the count. 1-2, another opportunity here. You don't want to give him too much of a good pitch. Looks like he's going to set up outside.
Went outside and down to get it. It's grounded to shortstop. Novak over to first base in time. 6-3 on the putout. One down. Adam Anderson, the third baseman, will lead Joshua DeWitt to follow.
There you can see Burfiend's stats on the season coming in with that 3-2 record, a very solid ERA of 1.13, 26 Ks, and he doesn't walk too many batters. So we should see some solid control from Burfiend today.
First pitch upstairs for a ball. It's 1-0. These two teams, of course, lock up in a bunch of different sports. In quite the rivalry. Last year in baseball, they split the two games. Pitch fouled straight back to the screen.
I flinched. That one got me. I flinched.
There is a screen there, Gabe. You're going to be okay.
That would have been the one I could have caught, though.
It's a 10-2 victory for Blaine and a 4-3 loss. That was a walk-off loss right here for Blaine. Centennial got the win. Bottom of the ninth inning. Exciting fashion for a game-tying home run. That game on North Metro TV last season. Pitch taken in there for a strike. Now upstairs for ball two. It's 2-2.
And a good pitch there by Burfiend. You saw Caldine kind of standing up or sitting up a little higher in that crouch, trying to get Anderson to chase. So a solid pitch there, unable to get him a chase, however.
Delivers on the 2-2 off-speed pitch. Got him to look at it on the outside corner for a strike, and Burfiend his first punch out. And there's two down here in the bottom of the first inning for Joshua DeWitt.
Burfiend here, you see the little bender. Perfect pitch right on the outside corner, low right at the knees. Would have been a tough pitch for Anderson to do anything with. And he goes down looking.
First pitch is strike. Both pitchers pounding the zone thus far. Not a lot of long counts, long at bats. Trying to make it back-to-back 1-2-3 half innings. Pitch foul tip. Swung on and down into the dirt. It's 0-2. Blaine yesterday losing in 11 innings to Anoka. Their ninth loss in conference. It was a sweep at the hands of Coon Rapids and a doubleheader the last time Centennial was in action. And then 2 days ago.
And DeWitt there, a good take. Burfiend trying to go upstairs as he did on Anderson, the last batter. A good take there on an 0-2 count.
The 1-2 breaking ball stays up high. Even up at 2-2.
And he tried to come back with the same pitch he got Anderson on that last one. That bender just missing the outside corner and a little high.
That time down low and away, and it's ball 3-2. The first full count of the day. Trying to extend this first inning. Brandon Wozniak, the opposing pitcher, be on deck. Is on deck, would be up next.
And Burfiend getting ahead in the count here is kind of falling behind to DeWitt. DeWitt a pretty solid at bat here.
The 3-2, strike three called down at the bottom end of the strike zone. DeWitt didn't like it, but he goes down looking, back-to-back punch-outs looking for Dustin Burfiend. And after one pull at Centennial High School, the strikeouts have it. And we'll keep it right here as we switch innings with Centennial. Their second try out on defense, and Blaine will come up to the plate. You get a look at that one there, Gabe, and it certainly was at the bottom end, if in the strike zone.
Yeah, you know, you saw on that replay there, Caldine's glove hit the dirt. I don't blame Mr. DeWitt for being a little upset from that call. Either way, here is Blaine's starters.
You look at their lineup, we already saw Rustad, Kriegler, and Reichenborn, and then it'll be, in this inning, Ben Buchelt to first baseman, Davis Bryan at third, Brad Slauson, then we'll hit third this inning in the 6th spot, then Kyle Hamby in the 7th spot, Nick Caldine, the catcher, hitting 8th, and Chris Novak, the shortstop, batting 9th. That starting lineup for the Bengals in blue, and they'll get going with their 3-4, make it 4, 5, and 6 hitters here in this second inning. Scoreless, so far hitless both ways. And Ben Buchelt, the first baseman, will try and change that. The defense for Centennial, Elson in left, DeWitt in center, and Rudy in right. Anderson at third, Dents at shortstop, Ewing's the second baseman with Earlbeck on that side of the diamond, and then the battery of Wozniak, the pitcher, and Diggins, the catcher. So far, good defense for them. Both pitchers have combined on 3 strikeouts, 1 for Wozniak and 2 for Burfeen. So Wozniak second go it. The Bengals here, Buchelt, Bryan, and Slauson, the scheduled hitters.
And Wozniak on the mound coming in at 2-0, pitching for Centennial with that backdoor curveball on the first pitch.
Big bender in there for a strike, and it's 0-1. Just enough breeze to keep it cool out here as that one's fouled up the right side.
Man,
back towards the screen.
Excuse me, and here you see Brandon Wozniak, 12 innings pitched on the season, record of 2-0, pretty solid ERA, under 3, just there at 2.92, 14 Ks and only 11 walks.
That pitch sails right back behind the hitter. You like to see that? Not a huge ratio, but at least more strikeouts than walks. Take a look at the tower being buzzed there.
The high heat, 0-2 pitched, just missing a little bit up.
Buchelt, a good job to get out of the way. There he's reaching away. The catcher pulls it out of the dirt, slings it around. Second strikeout for Wozniak, and he set him up that time, Gabe. Going inside, a little too far inside, then goes away and got him diving.
Very good 1-2 pitch there. Just like you said, came up and in a little bit and able to get him there on that curveball outside, low and away. A good pitch, would have been a tough one to hit, and got the strikeout.
First pitch ripped, but gonna hook foul. Good stick on that one for Davis Bryan, the third baseman.
And that was a blast.
Timing that off-speed pitch that so far Wozniak's been able to sneak in there past a couple of the Bengal hitters.
You see, Bryan does have a home run this year, so he has shown some power.
The 0-1 down in the dirt, 1-1. Like the 9 RBI as well. Batting right in the heart of the order at the 5 spot. As a 1-1, tapped it foul towards the on-deck circle where Brad Slauson, the left fielder, is waiting.
You see Wozniak likes to use that that curveball or slider type pitch. He's gone to it a lot.
That time off speed, and Bryan able to wait on it, but not enough, and just flares it out to shallow left center. The shortstop out, and he won't get it. Placed very well as Bryan was just able to get the head of the bat on it. He'll drop it out there and just goes off the glove of the shortstop. Had to go a long way for that. So you'd think a base hit out there.
Yeah, up into this wind here, you see he just kept kind of running after it, trying to leave the feed and make the catch. I thought he was under it from the start, but it just kept drifting on him a little bit. The wind is blowing a little bit in from right field, I would say, or across the field. So I think that one did affect that fly ball there.
So the first base hit of the game comes for Davis Bryan. He's on and first with a single, then Brad Slauson. Be followed by Kyle Hamby. Now Slauson stands in. First chance to hit with a runner on and 1 away here in the second. Ball down in the dirt. Right-handed hitting Slauson. The wind-aided single, and now there's a ball down low.
Diggins doing a nice job to get the glove on that one. That one just leaked a little bit on Wozniak, if I can use the golf term, in baseball terms. Trying to hit that outside corner. You can see Slauson coming in with only a 150 batting average. If I was Wozniak in this situation, I'm going to go right at him and just, throw a ball down the heart of the plate and challenge you with my best pitch. Now falling behind here, 3-0. He's going to have to come all the way back. And we'll see if Slauson here's on an automatic take situation, seeing 4 balls right in a row.
A step off and a look of Bryan back to first base. We'll see how long. I think Brian was starting to time the breaking pitch of Wozniak there in his at-bat. We'll see how long it takes the rest of the Bengals to catch on to that off-speed. That time a fastball runs on the inside corner for a strike, and it is 3-1.
And if I was Wozniak, I'd throw that same pitch twice in a row here. Try to challenge Slauson a little bit on that inside corner. Nice place to place that pitch in on the hands.
Slauson's got a hole in right, make it left center field. That's the way he goes, right over the head of the shortstop. Station to station, second base hit in a row for the Bengals, and they've got 2 on with just 1 away for the number 7 hitter, Kyle Hamby.
Slauson does a nice job winning that battle. Gets way ahead in the count there at 3-0. Knows he's going to get a couple pitches to hit. Wozniak tries to challenge him, but Slauson goes right back up the middle with a line drive. A perfect piece of hitting for that young man.
So Hamby will stand in from the left side, facing the righty Wozniak. In trouble for the first time today here in the second inning. Pitch low and away. 1-0.
Wozniak hasn't pitched in a couple years, according to head coach Mr. Buhner.
He sets and delivers. That one rocketed back up the middle again. Center fielder Reichenborn charging hard. He won't get there. Station to station yet again as the ball will just come into the infield. 3 straight base hits for the Bengals, and Nick Caldine will have the first big RBI chance for the Bengals to try and get on the scoreboard first.
And another nice piece of hitting going right back up the middle. Slauson, you know, going to third base on that one, and Wozniak, talking to head coach Mr. Buhner before the game, you know, he throws pretty solid. You know, he's not completely overpowering, but he does throw pretty solid, has a good mix of pitches. But you see Blaine here kind of all over him here in the top of the second inning. And as you said, Burfiend will see what he can do with just 1 out and the base is loaded.
It's actually the catcher Nick Caldine standing in from the right side. Takes the first pitch. Too high, and it's 1-0. Bases loaded for the Bengals. Single, aided a bit by the wind, and then 2 sharply wrapped balls right back out to center field. 1-0 inside for a ball, and it's 2-0.
Wozniak here looking for that ground ball right at somebody. Trying to get out of this here with a double play if he can.
First baseman playing up inside the bag, even with the bag at third as well, as the 2-0 pitch is upstairs for a ball, and that has been the issue this inning for Wozniak. The control is gone. He had it in the first with a quick 1-2-3. But ever since his strikeout swinging of Buchelt to start this one, he's been behind some hitters. The 3-0 at the knees for a strike, and it's 3-1.
And Wozniak now, as you said, in a little bit of a hole. He's going to almost have to come back with that same pitch. And we'll see if Caldine's going to get a pitch to hit here in this at-bat, or he's going to have a walk and drive in a run. So, and that was
inside corner for a strike.
Wozniak, a nice pitch there on the 3-1, going inside, able to hit that inside corner we've seen a couple times. It looks like he's missing a little bit high and outside.
That time missing inside, and he will walk in a run. 3 hits and a walk, and it's 1-0 Bengals. Tried to go back to the cupboard of the inside corner yet again and couldn't do it. Everybody up a station. In to score is Davis Bryan, the RBI for Nick Caldine. And here comes Chris Novak, the 9th place hitter.
The thing about pitching, you can tell, you know, if a pitcher is missing high, it can mean one thing. He's either, you know, getting tired or overthrowing a little bit. And I'm not saying Wozniak's overthrowing here, but early on in the game, you don't like seeing your pitchers miss high.
That fastball's in there at the knees for a strike. Could also be he tried to get away from that curveball in the off speed just a little bit. He's thrown a lot of fastballs in the command there, like you said. That could be a little varied depending, as that one's popped straight up the chute left side, maybe in foul territory. Anderson, the third baseman, over to make the catch, and now there's 2 down. So a huge out right there to roll it over to the top of the lineup with 1 away, make it 2 away.
And the infield fly was called on that. Had it been fair either way, Anderson does make the catch there for 2 outs, so Wozniak able to get a quick out there, and he needed it. Now we'll go against Rustad.
0 for 1 with a ground out for the leadoff hitter, Zach Rustad, the right fielder. Takes first pitch strike. See the 324 average. You'd like to have that in this situation here, already leading 1-0. Ball down to the dirt, skips away, up, taps into the hands of Rustad. That's 1-1.
Let's go for one with a ground out today. Only a sophomore. Playing right field for Blaine, batting leadoff, and with that, as you said, .324 average. Very solid start here for this young man.
Line right back up the box, over the outstretched glove of Wozniak. That's going to score at least one. A second run coming home. The throw is cut off, but 2 RBI single for Zach Rustad, and it's 3-0. Slauson, Hamby come home to score. Caldine stops at second.
On this replay, you got to see, look out, just over the right shoulder of Wozniak. He tried to get the glove up there. Would have been a pretty tough catch to make. Rustad puts a bullet right back up the middle. A very solid piece of hitting from your leadoff hitter. Now with 10 RBIs on the season, he just had 8, so 2 more. That's 10. That's my California math.
The last 3 base knocks coming right back up the middle for Blaine as the pitch is taken for a ball by Sam Kriegler.
And I think as we were talking about how you said he's gone a little bit away from the off speed, he's been falling behind in the count.
That one taken for a strike. It's 1-1.
As we said, he's been falling behind just a little bit in the count, so he's had to use that fastball because that curveball was working earlier. We'll see what he does here on the 1-1. Might try and throw a little backdoor off-speed pitch here.
2 on, 2 out. Pitch taken for a strike, and it's 1-2.
And there it was. Clips that outside corner. So definitely he is able to hit that outside corner with that pitch.
Wozniak trying to find a way to get out of the inning. Runs up and inside as the wind picks up just a little bit again. Moving across the diamond right to left. Inning started with a strikeout, 3 straight singles, then a walk, and a 2-out single to drive home the second and third runs. That one grounded right back up the middle. Kriegler hustling down to first, but not in time. A 1-3 put out, and that will end at the top of the second inning. 3 runs on 4 hits and a walk for the Bengals, and after 1.5, they lead it 3-0 here on North Metro TV.
If you need seamless gutters, whether the job is large or small, you can say,
I know a guy!
for your full service landscaping, you can say,
I know a guy!
if you need commercial or residential lawn care, you can say,
I know a guy! I'm Charlie Walker, and if you need professional seamless gutters, landscaping, and lawn care, you can say, I know a guy!
In the nation, our agents are always there, helping make sure that when your life changes, your nationwide insurance coverage changes too. We put members first because we don't have shareholders. Join the nation where protection is personal.
Nationwide is on your side.
In Anoka County, contact Twin Cities Insurance Group, your nationwide insurance agent.
With gold at all-time high, take that rope and say bye-bye. Earrings, bracelets, rings, and chains. We buy gold at your exchange. Don't send your gold to someone strange. We buy gold at your exchange.
Back with you on North Metro TV at Centennial High School. Bottom of the second, 3-0 Bengals. First pitch swinging, Brandon Wozniak rips it to left, no doubt about it. That one up and gone, and Wozniak gave up 3 runs in that top half of the second inning and gets one back right away. Absolutely ripped, jumped all over the pitch from Dustin Burfeed.
Wozniak maybe a little upset there after that top of the second, comes back and puts a charge into one left field. As you said, no doubt about it. You can see Slauson didn't even, really run after it all too hard. Had a ball there. He knows it's gone. Up and over the head. That's a good 20 feet past that 315 fence, 345-ish area. So Wozniak gets one back for himself, leading off the second with a homer.
Love those hands of Wozniak. He's able to pull him in, get the bat head on the ball, the pitch on a little bit of the inside half of the plate. Turned on it hard out to left. First pitch taken down low and away for a ball to Jacob Earlbeck, the first baseman. So 3-1 now. The Cougars getting right back into it. Playing long ball out to left field. See what Burfeed has. He had a 1-2-3 first inning with 2 strikeouts. Misses the second straight pitch to Jacob Earlbeck. Coach Eric Feigum came out after that home run to talk with the home plate umpire, not sure what it was about. Ball skips in the dirt. It's 3-0.
And Earlbeck now 3-0 after giving up, a leadoff home run. Going to try and get right back into things here. Falling behind early. He's going to have to come with a pitch to Earlbeck. We'll see if it's an automatic take here on the 3-0. I'm a big fan of the green light. Just green light everybody.
Thought about it, took it on the inside corner for a strike, and it's 3-1. Earlbeck 7 driven in this season. 4 runs scored for the right-handed hitter. Takes a strike on the outside corner.
That was a perfect 3-1 pitch. You see Earlbeck didn't want to have anything to do with that one. Right on that outside corner. Burfiend clipping that black part of the plate.
He kicks and fires. That one's lashed out towards right center field. I don't think there's a chance for Reichborn. Out there toward the wall, rolling to the base of the wall. Home run now double for the Cougars as they try and come back in this one. Reichenborn didn't have much of a shot. He was shaded slightly towards left center field. As you take a look again, another right-handed hitter, a ball on the inner half of the plate, going down to get it. And Reichenborn, no chance.
You can see Reichenborn there from our viewpoint. Maybe took a little bit of a poor angle at that one. Tried to get over to cut it off. Couldn't quite catch up to it. Just missing.
Riley Ellison now first pitch swinging. Grounded foul down the third base line and out of play.
Where did you go?
Still nobody out. So a game that early on in that first inning after 1, 2, 3 quickly both ways with 3 strikeouts might have looked like a pitcher's duel. Now the bats have come out. 4 singles in the top half of this inning. Now a home run and a double swung on and a foul tip by Elson.
Elson, you can see there coming in 476. Very solid batting average for the 6-hitter for Centennial. Unable to catch up to that last one, however.
Ground ball out in front again, fouls it down the left field side. Tying run now at the dish here after a 3-run second inning for the Bengals. Leadoff home run for Wozniak. For Centennial back in this one. And hit by the pitch. No, they say he leaned into that one. Pretty clearly leaned in there, so it'll be ball 1 as you take a look.
Just
didn't even lean, just stuck
sticking
the
out
hand
the
out.
left elbow. Trying to get on base, so can't blame him for that one.
See if you can catch the umpire napping. That'll happen from time to time. A 1-2, reach for, fouled up and out of play.
A nice fight there by Elson. That pitch right on that outside corner by Burfiend. Elson able to stick the hands out and fight that one off. Live to fight another day here on the 1-2 count.
It's been your difference first inning to second inning. Hitters making the pitchers work just a little bit more. The 1-2 down in the dirt, skipping there, blocked well by the catcher Caldine. Caldine had the bases loaded walk for an RBI. There he saves his team 90 feet. Getting those knees dirty and blocking that one. Be a 2-2 pitch.
And Earlbeck out there stays at second.
You got a running start that time, but the ball down low in the dirt from 0-2 to 3-2. Riley Elson hanging tough.
You see Caldine on 36 attempts, 11 throwouts, pretty solid.
Another sharply hit ball this time, though. Reichenborn has a beat on, moves to his left and makes the catch. Runner tags from second. And up to third goes Earlbeck. So it works like a sacrifice to move him over. Sharply hit. And Earlbeck was thinking tag the whole time. Back waiting at the bag, and the throw was never going to get him.
And give credit to Elson there. Pretty good at bat. Fell behind early on in the count, able to fight his way back all the way up to a full count and just missed there. Reichenborn able to chase that one down, but he does move Ewings over to third base.
Jordan Ewings now standing in. Earlbeck 90 feet away. Left-handed hitter. It's a 2-run game after the leadoff home run in this inning, now with 1 away.
And let me correct myself. I said he moved Ewings to third base. I did mean Earlbeck. Ewings up to bat, obviously.
Breaking ball slipped out of the hand. Just a little bit of Burfiend. Righty fires on the, no, we missed off the outside corner. It'll be 2-1.
Pretty close pitch. I like that Burfiend is able to use both sides of the plate there on this lefty trying to go outside. Showing the ability to both hit the left and right side part of the plate.
Swing and a miss, strike 2. Fishing on that outside corner that time. Ewing's knowing that Burfiend is not afraid to go to the outside corner as well. 2-2, rip foul up over the third base dugout of the Cougars. Drawn some fans in the outfield that had some action to start this inning with Wozniak's home run. Plenty of fans here. Bleachers behind home plate, some with their own seating arrangements down near the dugouts. Pitch taken upstairs, it's full at 3-2.
And Ewing's here with 2 strikes on you. You know, maybe want to choke up just a little bit. Put this one in play, hit it past the pitcher, and you're most likely going to get a run in. Blaine defense not really playing in.
Just off the pitcher's glove, might have called for it. They're only going to get 1 out, and a great play by Burfiend to get it, but the run does come home. So Ewing's the RBI, ground out fielder's choice, goes 1-3. Burfiend, a great job as he slipped after the ball went off his glove. You'll see him slip and then recover. Had to go a long way to his left, really more of a dive to get to the baseball. Up to a knee and fires over to first to beat him by a step and a half.
So exactly what I said. Just get it past the pitcher, even if he, you know, it's got to go off his glove. That one counts, and Ewing's getting up the line pretty quickly there. You see Burfiend doing a nice job, able to retire him at first.
Luke Dent's first pitch swinging. He'll be retired 6-3. So a little damage control, but a leadoff home run, then a double. Manufactured 2 runs for the Centennial Cougars, and after 2, they're back in it, down by 1, 3-2. Blaine with the lead on North Metro TV.
Get your summer off to a flying start. Discover Aviation Days, Saturday and Sunday, June 1st and 2nd at the Blaine Airport.
Join Ben Hale and Danica Peterson every Friday on North Metro TV News.
A beautiful day for baseball here at Centennial High School, and the Cougars snap back with 2 in the bottom half of the second inning. After the Bengals had scored 3, nearly batted around. Be the center fielder Tyler Reichenborn to lead things off, then Ben Buchelt and Davis Bryan here in the third. Against Brandon Wozniak, who hit the home run. They got the run scoring started, so you see it there, 3 runs on 4 hits for the Bengals, 2 runs on 2 hits for the Cougars. Big swing and a miss. Breaking ball diving away. Reichenborn 0-1 with a strikeout so far.
Give credit to Centennial in that last inning, getting 2 right back on the board, helping their pitcher out. Wozniak obviously helping himself out with the blast, and then coming in with that second run.
Let's see if he can do what the Bengals could not, and that's get some runs and then put a 0 up there following it. Always a big key. You have some momentum, keep it. 1-1 pitch, down and away for a ball. It's 2-1.
And I like Wozniak going to that curveball there on 1-1, mixing it up very nicely.
Missing outside again, it's 3-1. It's what he's got to stay away from, though, is going deep into the count. Both of these pitchers, Burfiend and Wozniak, struggled with that in the second. That catches the outside corner. Load the count at 3-2. 0 for 1 today, but a 500 average coming in for Reichenborn.
Reichenborn called time there, catching Wozniak in the middle of his pitching motion. That you saw is driving me nuts. Can be a nice strategy to slow down the pitcher.
3-2 upstairs, ball 4, second walk of the game. Second in as many innings. This one to lead things off. There's 1 on and nobody out for Ben Buchelt. It's J.W. Cox and Gabe Glidden, the other voice, here with North Metro TV. As the senior Buchelt stands in sans batting gloves. He's 0 for 1 with a strikeout as well. Quick throw over to first base, keeping an eye on Reichenborn. Wears the high socks, so you know he must be fast.
I think him playing center field might have a little bit to do with the speed too as well. No, you just like the socks? All right. I didn't wear my socks up. I pulled mine down.
Youngin. Ball taken down in the strike zone for a strike. It's 0-1.
Used to drive my dad nuts.
The old school look. I think Reichenborn's the only one out here today with that look.
I think you're right there. JW, look at that, 6 steals on the season for Reichenborn. So.
In 0-1, on the inside corner, the hands were moving in for Buchelt. He thought he was taking ball 1. Instead, it's 0-2.
Another backdoor curveball there by Wozniak. Let's see if he goes up and in, as he has twice today. Go up and in, and then on that next pitch, hit him with a curveball outside. Doesn't look like so. Diggins setting up outside here.
He reached for it off speed, way out in front. Strike 3. Struck out twice, swinging. 3rd strikeout of the day so far for Wozniak, as he certainly had him diving, and that ball diving down right into the catcher's mitt just behind the dish.
And Wozniak using that bender there to get the strikeout.
Davis Bryant standing in. He started the 3-run rally with a single. Popped up to shallow left center field, aided by the wind just a bit. Goes down as a line drive in the box score. Runner takes off from first, throw down to second, high and not in time. Reichenborn able to slide under the tag. Strong throw from Diggins, just a little bit high. And stolen base number 7 for Reichenborn.
And we couldn't quite see it on the screen there, but Diggins didn't get the ball out of his glove as cleanly as he hoped. He might have had a chance there, kind of double pumped a little bit, mishandle of the ball. Would have had a very good chance to get Reichenborn on that throw. Obviously, we saw the strong throw. And he kind of smashes the glove along the thigh, knowing he just missed a chance.
That pitch was in there for a strike on the first pitch to Brian. Now he takes ball 1 upstairs. It's 1-1. 9 runs driven in, and he's got the opportunity for number 10 right here. Flies it out towards the gap in right center field. Right fielder Rustad coming on quickly, and he has it drop right in front. But it was so shallow. Runner from second had to be back thinking about a tag, and he couldn't go, so it does not advance the runner. But now there's 2 on, a second straight single popped up by Davis Bryant, and he's on again.
And Rudy, if that wind, if it is blowing in, it's blowing in from right field. But as we said, the wind might be going left to right. Can't quite tell. But the wind, I think, affected that one. Rudy would have had a long way to go. Just couldn't quite catch up to it. Runners on first and second now.
Slauson takes the first pitch for a ball. Slauson 1 for 1. He singled sharply back towards center field in his first at bat. Came home and scored on the 2-out base hit from Zach Rustad. Wozniak fires at the knees for a strike. It's 1-1.
And Slauson, senior left fielder, does have a run early on in this game.
Foul tipped that one, but into the catcher's glove. Strike 2 either way you slice it. It's 1-2. Wozniak again on a hitter. A chance to get out of it.
Wozniak,
nobody out.
And Wozniak, a much stronger pitcher ahead in the count here.
1 out, excuse me. Pitch swung on, lifted high into shallow center field again. This time it's DeWitt moving in. Now the right fielder Rudy moves in quickly and makes the catch at the last moment. Lost his cap for out number 2 there to retire Slauson.
See on your screen there, out of nowhere comes Rudy, and you won't be able to hear it, but I could hear it, him screaming, "I got it." And a nice job there by Ewings to hear him and get out of the way. Look at the running catch there.
Knew he wasn't going to miss a second one. Now Kyle Hamby with 2 down. He singled back in his first at bat.
Pretty good pitch there by Wozniak. That one just missed. See Hamby, as you said, the single and a run for Blaine, the DH.
Pitch taken at the knees for a strike. It's 1-1. Bengals had that runner out there at second base with 1 away. A leadoff walk and in danger of stranding it here. Wozniak, a 1-1. Just off the plate outside, ball 2, 2-1. He said his goal was to put up a 0 no matter how you do it. It hasn't been pretty so far with the walk and the single, but he still got that shot. Ground ball down towards first. Couple of hard hops to the first baseman, Earl Beck. He'll go to the bag in time. And they do strand 2. But after 2.5, the Bengals still lead it 3-2 over Centennial here on North Metro TV.
This broadcast is brought to you by Nationwide Insurance. Contact your local Nationwide Insurance agent, Twin Cities Insurance Group. Your Exchange Check Cashing. We buy gold at your exchange. Charlie Walker Companies. I know a guy. They can handle all of your exterior needs.
Headed to the bottom of the 3rd inning at Centennial High School. The Bengals clinging to a 3-2 lead. Centennial trying to make it 2 straight scoring innings. Bengals couldn't do that, leaving 2 on back in the bottom, make it top of the 3rd inning. Bengals are a team that when they win games, they're scoring runs, just over 5 runs per game in their 6 wins so far this season. But in the losses, they've been hard to come by, just over 2 runs per game in the 9 losses. So far looking good. They get a little closer than 5 than 2 with that 3-2 lead so far.
And both teams here with a pretty even game. Obviously, you can see the score of 3-2. Blaine in the lead. Blaine with 1 more hit than Centennial, allowing them to get that 3rd run. But Centennial will see what they can do here in the bottom of the 3rd. This is their chance. Wozniak did a nice job that last inning to get out of the inning, as we said, putting up a 0 and get that offense back in the dugout. Got to Burfiend a little bit last inning. Wozniak saw with a blast out to left center.
It'll be the 9 leadoff and 2 hitters. Mitchell Rudy, then Michael Diggins and Adam Anderson. Diggins and Anderson so far combined 0 for 2 in their first at bats. Rudy up for the first time. The right fielder to lead it off.
And Rudy made that nice catch in the top of the 3rd, a long running catch. Able to catch up to that one, as the previous one couldn't quite get there in time. We'll see what he does here in the leadoff spot.
4 driven in, 5 scored, 500 average. Pretty good for the right fielder, hitting down in the 9 spot. Shows bunt, takes it back, and takes a strike.
And I used to show bunt almost every first pitch back in my playing days. That tends to pull the 3rd baseman in a little bit, so he loses his depth. And that's when you want to try and blast one right past him.
There's a ground ball to the 3rd baseman. Still enough of an angle to cut it off, moving to his left. Fires to first in time. Davis Bryan, a good play. 5-3 put out for out number 1. And Michael Diggins on the way.
And that play a lot closer than I thought it was going to end up being. Rudy hustling down the line, just gets beat by about a couple steps. Maybe wasn't as close as I had previously thought. Either way, 1 out for Blaine. Burfiend getting that leadoff hitter, always key to start an inning.
We've seen the hustle of Rudy now twice in a row. Chugging down the line there and then chugging in from right field to make the catch. Diggins grounded out to shortstop in his first at bat, takes a strike. It's 0 for 1. 0 and 1, excuse me.
Catchers hitting leadoff. You don't see that all too often, but you only really bat leadoff 1 time, and that's to start the game. Or an inning, I suppose.
But anybody might do that. The 1-1 on the way. Bunt this time popped up. You like to put a guy up there that can handle the bat, has a good eye. Sometimes that'll be the catcher. Jason Kendall was a major league catcher that batted leadoff for a long time.
And we see with the Twins, we've seen Mr. Joe Mauer all the way up in that 2nd spot on occasion.
He played anywhere but catcher and had a little more speed. He'd be a leadoff hitter just about anywhere. The numbers and type of hitter he is. The 1-2 down in the dirt. It's 2-2.
And don't forget, you can order DVDs online at North Metro TV. You can also check us out on YouTube, or at some point you can even go to northmetrotv.com and watch the game online if you so choose. I've gone back and done that a few times.
He loves to hear himself talk.
I love to hear myself talk.
Oh, 2-2 on the way. Reach for and grounded foul up the first base line. 3-2 Blaine here in this bottom of the 3rd inning. 1 down in the top of the order up for the Cougars, who snapped back 1 inning ago to make this a game, scoring 2 runs. 3-2 on the way. Reach for. Flare down towards center field. Reichenborn a long way to go over towards left. And instead, it's the left fielder Slauson who reaches up. with his weight going back to the fence, and he makes the catch.
And on that one ends up actually slicing towards Slauson over there and left. Would have been a long run for Reichenborn if he didn't have a left fielder, but there you see Slauson. Shows a little smile with the glasses on out there and left.
Adam Anderson, the junior, to stand in, trying to extend the inning. Burfeen tries to throw up a 0 to match step with Wozniak. First pitch swinging down towards third. That's a fair ball, long throw for Brian, and it takes the first baseman off the bag and gets past the bag into foul territory. He's going to stay right there. That's a long, long throw to make, and the infield single might be in order there. What do you think, Gabe?
I think we give him a single. That's a long throw. You know, unofficially we'll give him a single. Maybe we'll, you know, get word of that later, but we'll give him a hit. That's a tough throw.
All the way back behind the bag, your right foot in foul territory. Speedy runner, but I guess a good throw would have still got him by 2 steps, so that might be an E5.
And not on the screen there was Rustad, you see, in right field. He's the reason, you know, he had to keep him at first base. Him hustling there to back that throw up keeps that runner there on first base. It's little things like that can, you know, change a game.
Joshua DeWitt swings and misses on the 0-1. It's 0-2. Looking back, we'll go E5 on that. He would have had him by a couple of steps with a solid throw, so we might have had more time than we thought.
Oh, see, what do I know? We'll go ahead and give him the air then.
First glance, I thought maybe infield hit. Swing and a miss, strike 3, and it doesn't even matter. The strikeout of DeWitt, the 3rd of the game for Burfiend. And we'll go to the 4th inning, 3-2, Blaine.
If you need seamless gutters, whether the job is large or small, you can say,
I know a guy!
For your full service landscaping, you can say,
I know a guy!
If you need commercial or residential lawn care, you can say,
I know a guy! I'm Charlie Walker, and if you need professional seamless gutters, landscaping, and lawn care, you can say, I know a guy!
In the nation, our agents are always there, helping make sure that when your life changes, your nationwide insurance coverage changes too. We put members first because we don't have shareholders. Join the nation where protection is personal.
Nationwide is on your side.
In Anoka County, contact Twin Cities Insurance Group, your nationwide insurance agent.
With gold at all-time high, take that rope and say bye-bye. Earrings, bracelets, rings, and chains. We buy gold at your exchange. Don't send your gold to someone strange. We buy gold at your exchange. Spring Lake Park, Fridley, Blaine. We buy gold at your exchange.
Headed to the top of the 4th inning at Centennial High School. J.W. Cox alongside Gabe Glidden, the entire North Metro TV crew with some high school boys baseball. Rivalry between Blaine and Centennial. As Wozniak back out there for the Cougars, delivers outside for a ball to Nick Caldine. So far a walk and a run driven in on that bases loaded walk back in the 2nd inning. Takes a ball and it's 1-0. A scoreless 3rd both ways. Breaking ball for Wozniak, 2 wide. It's 2-0.
Wozniak trying to do exactly what he did last inning, put up 0 on the board and get back in the dugout and get to hitting. They're down 1 run. Plenty of time, check that. I guess there's no time in the game, but plenty of innings left to put another run on the board. You want to keep that offensive momentum going a little bit if you can.
Plenty of outs to work with as the pitch is taken for a strike, and it's 2-1.
Caldine with an RBI today.
Hit it again on the outside corner. Even up at 2-2.
See who drops that little backdoor slider here.
Goes with the fastball right down at the knees and just missed. So it'll be 3-2. Caldine, Novak, Rustad. 8-9 leadoff hitters. Breaking ball too high. Caldine draws his second walk of the day. It's the third walk issued by Wozniak in back-to-back innings with a leadoff walk. Novak will stand in the shortstop. Leadoff walks more often than not come back to bite you. He worked around it in the third. Now we'll have a pinch runner coming in for the Bengals.
That'd be a courtesy runner situation if I'm not mistaken. Caldine catching today, right? Let me check my little stats here.
Caldine is the catcher.
Yeah, so the courtesy runner.
Bunt back towards the first baseman. Nobody home covering the bag, and a foot race there is won by the base runner. The ball dropped anyway. So up to third base goes Montbrion running for Caldine, and Novak ends up with an infield hit.
That was a perfect place bunt there. Pushes it past the pitcher. That's usually when you try to go to the right side. You want to get it past the pitcher. And it would have been just too long a run for Ewings there at second base. He wasn't quite in there in time. So credit to that young man with a solid bunt. Interesting thing about that courtesy runner now, he can only run for Caldine the rest of the game. He could not run for the DH or whoever, I suppose.
And it's actually Ryan Maurer. Maurer running it third, not Montbrion. So runners on the corners, nobody out. Blaine already up by a run. And back to the top of the lineup for Rustad, who takes a ball. It's 1-0. It was just a perfectly placed bunt. Miscommunication there. The pitcher and then the second baseman, nobody covering the bag. Ball down low in the dirt, just squirts away from the catcher, Diggins.
Wozniak here falling behind. Hate to see that with runners on base. You want to get ahead in the count early so you can use all of your pitches here. And when you fall behind, you got to give hitters something to hit because you got to come back in the count.
2-0. Inside corner for a strike. It's 2-1.
Wozniak, a nice job there hitting that inside corner. He has had some pretty good control with those bending pitches so far today and those off-speed pitches. We'll see what he does here if he's going to go back to the fastball.
Quick throw over to first base and a dive back in for Novak. So a walk and then a single. Runners on the corners. That would be an error to allow the base runner to go from second to third on the ball scooting away. So the E1 on the pitch here. Laced out towards center field and down for a base hit. That's going to score a run. Up one station goes Novak, an RBI single for Rustad as Maurer comes home. And it's 4-2 in favor of the Bengals.
Solid piece of hitting. Goes down to get that one. Almost kind of golfs it right over Dence's head out there. It's short. It was slicing towards him a little bit. He's unable to catch up to that one. And there you see the courtesy runner coming in to score. And as you said, that leadoff walk does come back to hunt Wozniak here in the top of the fourth.
7 hits, all singles for the Bengals. A show of a bunt. And he missed it. It's Sam Kriegler. Kriegler's 0 for 2. Grounded out, popped out to the catcher on one pitch back in the first inning. So 2 hits and a walk, 2 on and nobody out. Here in the top of the fourth inning for the Bengals. Another show of a bunt for Kriegler. This one gets all the way past the catcher, and that will do it to move the runners up. That's all Kriegler's trying to do. Up to third goes Novak. Up to second goes Rustad, excuse me. And now 2 in scoring position for Kriegler.
If you're Kriegler here, you're pretty psyched. You went from a sacrifice situation to a couple ducks on the pond in scoring position for you. Maybe get an RBI here. Or Blaine.
Pitch taken for a strike. It's 1-2. Infield creeps in just a couple of steps as the ball sails in tight on the bill of that cap on Kriegler. Outfield straight up. Maybe a slight shade in center field for DeWitt over towards right. Time call.
See Kriegler there. Maybe trying to disrupt a little bit of that timing from Wozniak. Wozniak now nobody out. He's got a long way to go here. And that pitch missing short.
Good block that time by Diggins. Be 3-2. Some warming up happening down the third base line, back behind that third base line for Centennial. 3-2 swung on and missed. Strike three. The high E came in on the hands of Kriegler, and that's a huge first out. Runner still at second and third, but watch this one tail right in on Kriegler. He has no chance in there.
And those ones up and in are tough for righties to lay off. And Wozniak, as you said, a huge strikeout. Exactly what you're trying to do there. You don't want to let anybody hit the ball or put the ball in play if you can avoid it. So Wozniak, good job there.
Tyler Reichenborn takes a strike. Bottom end of the strike zone wide open here today at Centennial High School. The 0-1. Reichenborn, the center fielder, 0 for 1 with a walk and a strikeout. Also a stolen base in this game. Breaking ball too far inside. It's 1-1.
Yeah, our home plate official is a fan of the low strikes. He doesn't give much up high, as we've seen here, but is a fan of them low strikes.
1-1. Ripped out towards center field. Sends DeWitt back towards the fence. It's over his head. One bounce up over the top of the wall. A ground rule double. Both runners will score on that. A 2 RBI double for Tyler Reichenborn. 2 more score, and it is 6-2 in favor of the Bengals.
And out there, we'll see if we see it on this replay. DeWitt initially started coming in. He initially started charging on that one and decides he's got to put on his PF flyers and start flying back to center field. Would have been a tough play even if he initially had been moving backwards. That one hit pretty solid right back up the middle by Reichenberg, and he puts 2 more runs on the board for Blaine.
Ball skips in the dirt. Good block again by Diggins to keep it into fair territory.
That was a huge block by Diggins. He went a long way to get that one.
Ben Michel 0 for 2 with a pair of strikeouts. So fortunate on that wild pitch, the batter before that the 2 runners moved up to second and third, so they both got the 2 bases on the ground rule double. If not, it just would have been a 1 RBI double. Second down in the dirt, it's 2-0. And timeout's going to be called. We'll get a full meeting on the mound after Diggins went out for a moment. Now the coach headed out there.
And out there over on second base, Reichenborn wasn't being held on at all by neither Dents or Ewings, and with a player with, who's shown some speed a little bit. Only 1 out. You maybe want to send someone over there. Otherwise, head coach Weigum over there at third base would have a chance to send Reichenborn if they're not going to keep an eye on him. Him showing off some wheels early today, and there's a B. Not a huge fan of those, but it flew away. We're all right.
Lost yesterday for the Bengals to Anoka. They had beat Osseo 4-2 for their last victory. They had lost their previous 3 games and 4 of their previous 5. A couple of double headers mixed in there. And in a shortened season, as the ball's down in the dirt for ball 3, it's 3-0. That shortened season, you just got to get hot at the right time, headed towards sectionals about a week and a half away. The 3-0 taken inside corner for a strike, and Buchelt will still be up there.
First base is open here, so if you're Wozniak, you don't want to throw him a cookie right down the middle if you can avoid it. Maybe able to utilize that open base a little bit.
Ground ball ripped foul, third base side. 3-2 now. See if he can come back with one of those fastballs that he got Kriegler with before the RBI double. 3 runs scored, 2 singles, and then the first extra base hit for Blaine was the RBI double for Tyler Reichenborn. Reach for, fouled, first base side. Could be a play for Earlbeck. Moving in, and he makes the catch. So another big out on a pitch that was well away from Buchelt. You see him go down to reach for that. He was kind of hoping that would sail out of play, but Earlbeck there equal to the task.
Might have swung at ball 4 there, and I'm still kind of curious here with Reichenborn on second. No one held him on in the last pitch. If I'm your third base coach, I'm telling him to get a couple more steps and well, with 2 outs, maybe not, because you should score on a single. But Reichenborn not even being looked at out there by neither Dents or Ewings.
Strike taken by Davis Bryan, the third baseman, who's 2 for 2. He's popped a couple into the air and walked away golden with a couple of singles. Breaking pitch in there for strike 2, and it's 0-2.
Good job by Wozniak. Get ahead of the hitter right away, the first 2 pitches. Now he's up ahead here in the count, and there you can see, look at that lead. There's no one over there. Oh, there goes Ewins creeping a little bit, I suppose.
Reach for, ground ball, left side, shortstop, tough play from the hole for Dent. Over to first, just in time, but the pick not made. So the umpire said out, and then the ball ended up on the dirt. And they're going to stay with out. Eventually, Earlbeck had the ball pop out of his glove, but they're going to say the out was made. The throw beat him, but it certainly didn't look like Earlbeck had the ball. And there's Coach Feigem wanting to get the explanation from that umpire that made the call. But as it is, out number 3 on the 6-3 putout. The Bengals get 3 in the inning and lead it by the score 6-2 over Centennial here on North Metro TV.
With gold at all-time high, take that rope and say bye-bye. Earrings, bracelets, rings, and chains. We buy gold at your exchange. Don't send your gold to someone strange. We buy gold at your exchange. Spring Lake Park, Frilly, Blaine. We buy gold at your exchange.
Back with you as you take a look at the play that was at issue there at the end of the inning, and you see the attempted pick at first base and the ball on the dirt. So certainly not a lot of time that Earlbeck had that ball in his glove, and you can see Davis Bryant signaling safe. He thought he was. The run would have scored, but out was the call. The throw beat him. The throw beat him by about half a step, but then there was no pick on that back end, so the Cougars get the benefit of that missed call there. They will be down already 6-2 headed into this inning. 3 runs for Blaine. Couldn't scratch across another. Their inning that started walk, single, single, then a 2 RBI double, the big hit for Tyler Reichenborn. This will be 4, 5, and 6 for Centennial. Here at home in the bottom of the 4th inning. This was the heart of the lineup that scored 2 back in the 2nd. Starting with Brandon Wozniak, who ripped that solo shot out to left field. Wozniak, Earlbeck, and Elson. The 4, 5, and 6 hitters.
Going back to that replay, that missed call there at first base. If I'm Coach Feigem, I don't think he got his money's worth quite on that argument. I'd have been out there for a while. But, you know, I'm sure he has a little more maturity than I do. Credit him to that.
Wozniak will stand in. The pitcher is 1 for 1. He did a good job to stick in this game. They have been playing with the DH. You'd hate to lose Wozniak's bat. He did a good job to get out of that last inning and at least get this at bat here as he takes it down low for a ball. It's 2-0. Outside corner for a strike. It's 2-1. 6-2 Blaine. 3 runs in the 2nd and 3 more in the 4th. All singles in the 3rd, and then their first extra base hit. Drives in runs 5 and 6 in the 4th inning. Ball down in the dirt. It's 3-1.
Burfing trying to come back there with a breaking pitch. Missing low. So 3-1 here. He'll take some signs, and looks like we set up inside. It's Caldine.
Ball down low, taken 4, ball 4, and it's a walk to lead things off. So Wozniak on base twice. Just 3 runs scored in the last 3 games for Centennial. 3 runs total. Here they're looking at 2, but they need at least 5 more. Ball down to the dirt, skips away. Wozniak's going to go up to second base on the wild pitch.
Earlbeck with that big double earlier for Centennial.
Coach Feigem's going to go out, talk to his pitcher. They certainly would love a 0 right here. Unable to do so after his team got him 3 runs in the 2nd inning. He came back and allowed 2. An 8-0 loss to Coon Rapids in game 1 of a doubleheader 2 days ago. Then a 6-2 loss to Coon Rapids. Excuse me, it's 4 runs. They beat Osseo 2-1 the day before that. So they've scored 4 runs in their last 3 games. Had a 3-game winning streak into that doubleheader, did the Centennial Cougars. And you look at their posted schedule, and it looks like only 4 games remaining including this one. They play Andover tomorrow, and then they go down to Minneapolis Edison, where there'll be an invite there, and they'll play Edison and Maranatha Christian. Ball taken down low. It's 2-0. So 6 of the 7 pitches this inning missing the zone for Burfiend. Make it 7 of 8.
Here down 4 runs, probably an automatic take situation here, trying to get some runners on base is Centennial.
Get that tying run into the on-deck circle. Strike taken, it's 3-0. 3-1, excuse me.
Furlbeck can find a way to get on base. Elson's turn next for Centennial, the left fielder on deck.
Just 2 hits though so far, and it's the guys that have led off this inning. Ground ball sharply to shortstop. Novak up with it over to first. That time a pick. That's what that looks like for that umpire, as Bucheld makes the nice pick on that. 6-3. Up to third base goes Wozniak.
Wozniak, the aggressive base running. Usually when the ball is hit on that left side on second base, you tend to stay put or maybe wait till the throw happens, but he was going right off the contact of the bat there, and he finds himself on third base with some aggressive base running. We'll see what Elson can do here with a runner on third and 1 out, trying to drive something to the outfield here.
Flip side, a good job by Novak with the runner in his line of sight to gather that one in still and fire over to first. Pitch swung on and missed, strike 1 by Elson. So 2 hits so far on the day, an error and a walk for the 4 base runners for the Cougars so far. Breaking ball in there for a strike, and it's 0-2.
And Elson now falling behind 0-2. We'll have to try and get something here past the pitcher. Blaine's defense playing back.
Up high off the glove, Wozniak started and then stopped as there was a good carom off the backstop. What appeared to be some wood down at the bottom of the backstop that lines that and allows that to pop back. Yeah, you see the padding back there down low off the glove of the catcher. Catches that. Wozniak didn't break right away, so he lost the play.
Here now, Veer Ellison, 1-2, excuse me. Just get something past the pitcher if you can. Choke up a little bit on the bat, and you don't want to do that.
Strike 3 called. That is strikeout number 4 of the day for Burfiend. And that outside corner, the low end of the strike zone, both of those spots have been wide open with this umpire calling balls and strikes today.
And that's the last thing you want to do is strike out looking with a runner on third base and only 1 out. You got to try and put something in play there.
Jordan Ewing's 0 for 1, a ground out in his only at bat. Came back in the 2nd inning. Still looking for their first hit are the Cougars by someone not named Wozniak or Earlbeck. Strike taken. It's 0-2. Leadoff walk now at third base after a wild pitch and a ground ball. But now a strike away is Burfiend from stranding him right there. Started to check. The dugout for the Bengals wanted it. Taken for a ball. It's 1-2.
There's a little bit of activity going on here by a couple Bengals just to the right of me. I'm not quite sure if someone's warming up or they're just playing catch. It looks like he's warming up over there.
Pitch missed outside, but they almost got Ewings to chase. The second baseman even up in the count at 2-2. 4-run lead for the Bengals. A pair of 3-run innings to score their 6. Back-to-back extra base hits for Centennial back in the 2nd inning allowed them to score their 2. A 3-2 pitch on the way, making a 2-2 pitch on the way. Strike 3 called, back-to-back strikeouts looking for Dustin Burfiend. And he strands a runner at third base after 4 full. The Bengals still lead at 6-2 on North Metro TV.
Get your summer off to a flying start. Discover Aviation Days, Saturday and Sunday, June 1st and 2nd at the Blaine Airport.
Join Ben Hale and Danica Peterson every Friday on North Metro TV News.
This broadcast is brought to you by Nationwide Insurance. contact your local Nationwide insurance agent, Twin Cities Insurance Group. Your Exchange check cashing. We buy gold at your exchange. Charlie Walker Companies. I know a guy. They can handle all of your exterior needs.
Back with you at Centennial High School. 6-2 the Bengals. A pair of 3-run innings to take their lead on a beautiful day. The sun is actually ducked behind the largest cloud in the sky right now. Bathing in a bit of a shadow as Brandon Wozniak goes back out there. He does not, go back out there.
That's Ryan Spencer.
Saw the 8, missed the 1. So Ryan Spencer, he'll take over in relief. Wozniak does move over to first base, so they'll keep his bat in there. So Wozniak now over to first base in place of Earl Beck.
There you see Spencer, innings pitched 9. Couple Ks, couple saves, 3 saves here for Centennial, and he'll take over in the top of the 5th here.
First pitch swung on and missed by Brad Slauson, the left fielder. He's 1 for 2 with a single. 4 innings, 6 runs allowed, all earned by Brandon Wozniak. This is now the lefty Spencer, breaking ball, waited on and lifted out towards right field and dropped in for a base hit. Slauson's second of the day, and he leads things off in the 5th with a single. Bengals already up by 4. You see him just go the other way, pop it over the head of the second baseman and down.
Good piece of hitting there. Takes one on the outside part of the plate and just goes with it, not trying to pull that one. That's how you ground out to the shortstop and sent that one right over the head of Ewings over at second base. Good start here for Blaine.
Ball ripped on the ground past the dive of the second baseman Ewing, station to station. The Bengals 1 extra base hit so far in this game, but now they have 9 hits. 8 of those are singles and just finding the right place.
You see that seeing eye single just out of Ewing's reach. Made a good attempt at it, though. I like him laying out for his pitcher, Spencer.
It's actually 10 hits right now. 4 innings, 8 hits, 6 runs, all earned, 2 walks and 4 strikeouts. Allowed by Brandon Wozniak, who's now at first base. Spencer delivers. The ball is bunted. Foul by Nick Caldine. 2 walks, a run scored in this game, and an RBI. The 8th place hitting catcher, Chris Novak, the shortstop's on deck.
And Spencer here would love a ground ball hit right at somebody. Give a chance to turn one.
A bunt popped up in the air. In comes Wozniak, and he makes the catch. And that'll do as well for the pitcher, Spencer, to get that big out and have the runners freeze.
See Spencer there with a big lefty breaking ball, and coming in out of nowhere on your screen is Wozniak. Does a nice job charging initially on that bunt attempt, comes all the way almost 90 feet to catch that popped up bunt. So the lefty Spencer gets his first out at the top of the 5th.
And Novak will stand in. 2 on, 1 out, takes a strike. Novak's 1 for 2, popped out with the first baseman back in the 2nd. Singled and scored a run back in the 4th. He scored on the RBI double by Reichenborn. Ground ball this time right side, slowly going to be a tough play for Ewings, coming in on the bare hand over to first in time. Just in time to beat Novak by a step and a half.
That one almost goes off the end of the bat there, kind of a little spinner to the right side. You can see a little bit ahead of that one, just pushes that one to the right side. Ewing coming all the way in, able to bare hand it, flips it over to get their second out.
Runners do move up to second and third, so Rustad with the 2-out RBI chance.
He has an RBI today, if I'm not mistaken, in that last inning.
Sure does. Drove in the first run of the 3 scored in the 4th. He scored himself. He's 2 for 3 with the RBI and a pair of singles.
There you see the lefty on lefty matchup. Coming in with that first pitch, a big bender. Pretty impressed with that pitch by Spencer. A nice big slow breaking ball.
Pitch foul back to the screen. It'll be 1-1. Defense can move back just a bit on the right-hand side. A couple of steps in off the cut. The shortstop, Dents, is back deep with his heels on the grass. Outfield just a shade towards right field and center for DeWitt. Rustad waits on a 1-1. Ripped out towards right center field. high rather than deep, and it's going to drop in there. One run already in, a second run coming on contact, and an RBI blooped in single. Zach Rustad's third hit of the day, his second and third RBI, and couldn't place that one out there much better, Gabe.
And DeWitt, Rudy, Ewings all giving chase. I was a little surprised that no one could quite catch up to that one. It seemed like it hung up in the air for just a little bit, and as you said, DeWitt was shading Rustad a little to that right side, but I guess you know, place them in the outfield, and sometimes they land in the grass. So RBI there for Rustad, and he 2 RBIs on the day. And a nice job there in the top of the fifth, or the, top of the fifth. All right, I was right.
3 singles this inning. 11 hits total on the game for the Bengals. 10 of those are singles to score. They're 8 runs now, up by 6. It's the number 2 hitter, Sam Kriegler. He's 0 for 3, strikeout in his last at bat. Upstairs, ball 2. Spencer having a tough time retiring the Bengals, just as his counterpart Wozniak was, who's now at first base. Well, he talked about it. The Bengals over 5 runs a game when they win, and they're going to be there again. Runner goes, pitch swung on, lifted out towards left field. Elson started to rock back just a bit, finds his way in 2 steps and makes the catch to end the inning with 3 singles, lead to 2 more runs for the Bengals. And after 4.5, it's 8-2 in favor of Blaine.
If you need seamless gutters, whether the job is large or small, you can say,
I know a guy!
For your full-service landscaping, you can say,
I know a guy!
If you need commercial or residential lawn care, you can say,
I know a guy! I'm Charlie Walker, and if you need professional seamless gutters, landscaping, and lawn care, you can say, I know a guy!
In the nation, our agents are always there, helping make sure that when your life changes, your nationwide insurance coverage changes too. We put members first because we don't have shareholders. Join the nation where protection is personal.
Nationwide is on your side.
In Anoka County, contact Twin Cities Insurance Group, your nationwide insurance agent.
Back with you on North Metro TV. It's 8-2 in favor of the Bengals.
See some local fans out here watching some high school baseball. Our group in left center kind of left us. JW, a little bummed about that.
I guess they figured they'd seen the last of the long balls, the wind shifting a little bit, coming more in than blowing out. Maybe that's it, maybe not. They weren't as smart as our fans down the first base side who brought their own chairs. Their legs got tired. Bottom of the 5th inning, Centennial to start the comeback. They should start it now as the first pitch is taken for a strike, but off the glove of the catcher from Dustin Burfield, who so far has been stingy, allowing just 2 hits to the Cougars. 8-9 leadoff hitters, Dents, Rudy, and Diggins for Centennial. Certainly can just rear back and fire strikes as he does there. Ground ball to the second baseman. Kriegler up with it over to first in time. 4-3 on the putout. 0 for 2 now for Dents. And Mitchell Rudy stands in for just his second at bat. He's 0 for 1.
Dropping to a knee there was Kriegler over there at second base. Does a nice job to get that first out for Blaine. A nice hard ground ball, but he stands tough and flips over to first base.
4 base runners for Centennial in this one. The solo home run, then a double that scored, an error and a walk. Strike taken by Rudy. Breaking ball. Missed somewhere, I guess upstairs. If the strike zone is low for the umpire, suppose that means the high pitch is out of the question as well. So it'll be 1-1. Ground ball, this time on the left side. Shortstop charging in quickly. Novak has to throw across his body. That one was picked out in time. Good job by Buchelt to hang on to it and show the umpire just a half a step. Interested to see this one too. He certainly hung on.
So there goes the second scoop over there at first base for Buchelt. And you're right, Schultz, umpire right away. He has that one in his glove. We have had a little bit of a questionable call over there at first base early on today. There you see, going down to get that one.
Certainly got him by a half a step, and a great play charging in by Novak, and a great pick to lift him up by Buchelt. That one lined hard to second base, and it'll go just under the glove of Kriegler. Kind of caught in between, and Diggins will have the third base hit for the Cougars. His first of the day. He's 1 for 3. That one just mashed out to second base.
Krieger a little bummed after that one. It's like he guessed wrong. Trying to catch that one. A very solid hit over on that right side. As you said, a blast getting past Kriegler. Centennial will have a base runner here in the bottom of the fifth, and see what they can do with him.
He didn't even have a chance to move, really, on him that quick, as there's a strike. You'll give up a single as long as you're a pitcher. Just firing strikes, and that is what Burfeen is doing right now.
And with the 6-run lead, you can kind of go right after people.
Exactly. Another ground ball, this time up the middle. They'll go the short way. The two guys with putouts in the inning get together on a 6-4 to end it. Fielder's choice. Anderson grounds into it, and after 5 full, Bengals still lead by 6 on the road, 8-2 on North Metro TV.
With gold at all-time high, take that rope and say bye-bye. Earrings, bracelets, rings, and chains. We buy gold at your exchange. Don't send your gold to someone strange. We buy gold at your exchange. Spring Lake Park, Fridley, Blaine. We buy gold at your exchange.
Your summer off to a flying start. Discover Aviation Days, Saturday and Sunday, June 1st and 2nd at the Blaine Airport.
Join Ben Hale and Danica Peterson every Friday on North Metro TV News.
Back with you. Baseball for all ages here on North Metro TV with an 8-2 Blaine Bengals lead. That youngster doesn't care that the guys in red, just like his cap, are down by 6. I'm sure he's having a blast. There he goes.
Walking down that straight line. Oh, there he goes. Now he's going to get chased down.
Can't go too far, young man. The action here has the Bengals up by the score of 8-2. You see 8 runs on 11 hits and 1 error. That 4th hit for Centennial just came in their last inning, so the Cougars a lot of work to do with their final 6 outs. We'll see what the Bengals do. 3, 4, and 5 hitters. Reichenborn, Buchelt, and Bryan scheduled. Bengals a pair of 3-run innings and then 2 runs back in the 5th. Reichenborn takes it down low for a ball. It's 1-1. He had the big 2 RBI ground rule double back in the 4th inning. That made it a 3-run inning. Takes a strike, and it's 1-2. Ground ball ripped, just fouled down the third base line.
And as you said, that one just left. Would have seen how many Reichenborn been able to get on that one. Had it been fair, might have been able to turn that one into a double. But either way, it's fall. And he's behind in the count.
Takes a ball upstairs. It's 2-2. The Bengals and Reichenborn off their best week of the season so far, about a week and a half ago. Best stretch of the season, that is. They won 3 of 4 games in a span of 5 days. Ground ball finds its way through the hole on the left side, and Reichenborn has his 2nd hit of the day. He's 2 for 3 with a walk, a double, a single, and a stolen base.
See, Reichenborn there just takes the bender from the lefty Spencer, and didn't hit that one extremely hard, but he hit it where nobody was between Anderson and Dents, and he finds himself on first base. He has stole a base today, you said. We'll see what Blaine does here up 6. Maybe try and get him in scoring position with nobody out.
It was a rough start to this season for the Bengals, though. losing their first 4 games. And then, as we've mentioned, they've lost 5 of their last 6 now, including 3 games and a pair of doubleheaders in short order on back-to-back days against Robbinsdale Armstrong and Champlain Park. Swing and a miss out in front of a breaking ball. It's 0-2. Action in the top of the 6th. The step off for Ryan Spencer, who's in his 2nd inning of work. He allowed the 2 runs back in the 5th inning. Runner goes, ball down in the dirt. He'll be safely standing up, Reichenborn. At second base with his 2nd stolen base. He's actually a pinch hitter for Buchelt, who watches another one down in the dirt, and Reichenborn move up to third base. This is TJ Basteresh batting from the right side.
TJ here with a chance to drive in a run, another run for Blaine here at a 2-2 count, nobody out, another situation, Centennial. They're short. DeWitt playing, excuse me, Dent's playing pretty deep.
Another ball down in the dirt. 3 straight. Reichenborn just didn't read it very well. He was blocked by the hitter, the umpire for a moment, as well as the catcher. So now Spencer has it all the way to 3-2 with that runner at third base. Nobody out. Pitching at a premium for the Cougars today. Eight runs, matches most the Bengals have scored. There's a ground ball to shortstop over to first in time, but the RBI ground out scores the 9th run of the game. And there's one down. Just the perfect place for it, and doing the job to get the runner in from 90 feet away.
See TJ there doing what he has to do, gets one past the pitcher. There you see. Coming in to score. Their 9th run of the game for Blaine. So they have a 7-run lead. And Spencer still on the mound, throwing strikes, and there's a blast to the left field gap.
Bryan puts it over the head of the left fielder for a double. 2nd extra base hit. 13th hit of the game for the Bengals, so the most they've scored, and it's tied for the most right now that Centennial has allowed all year. With the 9 runs, they were allowed 9 in a loss to Park Center. Centennial scored 12 against Hopkins in a 12-6 win. Now, obviously, they had all 7 innings to piece that together. Here they're working with 6 outs.
There you see Bryan flexing the muscles a little bit. All the way to the fence, and he's in scoring position with just 1 out.
Bryan was the one called out on that dropped ball at first base a couple of innings ago, or he'd be looking at a 4-for-4 day. He had 2 bloop singles. That one, nothing bloop about it. Ripped to left. 3-for-4 now as he stands out on second base. The ball is upstairs. It's 1-1. A lot of hits, some long counts ever since a quick 6 up, 6 down both ways in the first inning, top half, bottom half. Ever since then, game's been taking a little longer. Coach Feigum, third base coach down there.
And the boys will get a little bit of a laugh in that one.
That was ripped pretty hard to make the bare hand stab coming at your face.
He got his hands on it, though. Give him credit. Standing tough. Here's some of the Bengals in the dugout. Give him a little bit of a hard time here. 1-2 now, way ahead, Spencer. Has a chance here, maybe to record a strikeout. Get that 2nd out of the top of the 6th for Centennial. They got a lot of work to do here in the bottom of the 6th when they are back on offense.
Swing and a miss, ball dropped, tag not applied. They'll have to finish it up down to first base, and they do. Strikeout goes 2-3. First strikeout for Spencer on his day, 5th strikeout of Bengals hitters. As Kyle Hamby, the DH, stands in 2 for 3. A pair of runs scored, pair of singles.
Diggins a nice job there being able to grab that one and makes a good throw over to first. Those ones always used to make me nervous out there in the outfield. I hated when strikeouts weren't outs back in my playing days.
Hate to have to get more than 3 outs in an inning. Sometimes you do. Errors and drop third strikes will do that to you. Swing and a miss. It's 0-2. So it'll be the 3, 4, 5 hitters in the bottom of the 6th inning for Centennial. So at least one more time through the heart of the lineup. Down by at least 7. 1-1 on the way. Ball popped up left side. Third baseman Anderson over in foul territory. A couple of steps. Takes a couple more back and makes the catch to end the inning. But another run comes home, and after 5.5, Bengals lead it by 7, 9-2.
If you need seamless gutters, whether the job is large or small, you can say,
I know a guy!
For your full service landscaping, you can say,
I know a guy!
If you need commercial or residential lawn care, you can say,
I know a guy! I'm Charlie Walker, and if you need professional seamless gutters, landscaping, and lawn care, you can say, I know a guy!
In the nation, our agents are always there, helping make sure that when your life changes, your nationwide insurance coverage changes too. We put members first because we don't have shareholders. Join the nation where protection is personal.
Nationwide is on your side.
In Anoka County, contact Twin Cities Insurance Group, your nationwide insurance agent.
Back with you, Centennial High School. The Blaine Bengals on North Metro TV. Brought their hitting shoes today, wouldn't you say, Gabe Glidden?
Yeah, definitely a more offensive performance here so far in this game than Centennial. That you can see they had 13 hits. Centennial only with 4. It's tough to win ball games when you only get 4 hits on the board. Blaine has committed an error. But as you said, Blaine coming out here, and they brought the lumber, I guess, but in high, so they brought the aluminum, I suppose. In high school, they came here with the sticks and jumped all over Wozniak early on in the game and kind of built the lead here. Now they're continuing to try and pad that, add as many runs as you can.
Wozniak will be the third, make it the second hitter in this inning for Centennial. He's 1 for 1 with a home run and a walk. He has 1 of the 3 hits. Jacob Earlbeck been relieved at first base, and we'll see. He had 1 of the 3 hits as well. It starts with Joshua DeWitt, the center fielder here in the bottom of the 6th inning. First pitch swinging, popped it up left side. Third baseman. That's Brian looking at it. Shortstop comes right over, and Brian pulls it right out over the top of Novak. And no harm, no foul, but a little miscommunication there for out number 1.
See Novak there kind of coming in last second trying to push Brian out the way or wave him off a little bit. They give each other a look and share a quick laugh. But Brian all over that one. He is right under from the start. I would believe that would be his ball, and he does make the infield pop out.
So Dustin Burfiend, there were some times, namely in the second when he goes home run double, that you thought maybe he wouldn't be long for this game, but he's certainly locked it in since then. No runner, only 1 runner rather, has reached as far as second base since then. That was a walk and a wild pitch, and then he stranded the runner at third base back in the 4th. Been in supreme command. He's had at least 1 runner on in every inning since, but he's been able to work through it. There's a ground ball under the dive of Brian. And Wozniak on base again, just a good pure hitter from that right side. And we'll see what Centennial can do if that opens the door at all with Jacob Earlbeck standing in.
And you can see Brian gives the dive. That one might have hit a piece of his glove. Not quite sure. It was hit so fast. He does leave the feet for his pitcher. You always got to love when your defense behind you is giving it all. And there you see Wozniak over on first base.
Ground ball down towards Montbrion at second to a knee. Goes to second for 1. Over to first is in time. The double play turned 4, 6-3 ends it. And after 6 full, it's 9-2 in favor of the Blaine Bengals here on North Metro TV.
with gold at all-time high. Take that rope and say bye-bye. Earrings, bracelets, rings, and chains. We buy gold at your exchange. Don't send your gold to someone strange. We buy gold at your exchange. Spring Lake Park, Frilly, Blaine. We buy gold at your exchange.
Get your summer off to a flying start. Discover Aviation Days, Saturday and Sunday, June 1st and 2nd at the Blaine Airport.
Join Ben Hale and Danica Peterson every Friday on North Metro TV News.
New pitcher Marshall Johnson checks into the game for Centennial here in the top of the 7th inning. He'll try and hold the line and see what the Cougars can do miraculous style against the Bengals. As it is 9-2, 13 hits, 5 allowed by Ryan Spencer, who was the last pitcher. He checks out. Spencer over 2 innings allowed 5 hits and 3 runs. Did not walk a batter and struck out 1.
You see Marshall Johnson, just 4 innings pitched this year, record of 1-0. ERA a little high there at that 7. 3 Ks, 1 walk so far in this season, number 9. Getting on the mound, getting some time in here. Blaine with a fairly solid lead, going to try and build on it a little more with the 7-run lead.
From lefty to righty go the Centennial Cougars. It'll be Nick Caldine, Chris Novak, and Zach Rustad. Scheduled for the Bengals, who have 13 hits in this game, and 11 of those hits singles. Plunking away, moving station to station, and up 9-2. Pitch taken for a strike. It's 0-1.
And don't forget, you can order DVDs online at northmetrotv.com, as well as find us on YouTube. You can also go to northmetrotv.com to review games as well.
Ball down in the dirt. It's 1-1.
Scores and sports den going on there in the North Metro area.
Catch that online too.
The sports den's online, huh?
Believe so.
I don't see why it wouldn't be, I guess.
Pitch taken for a strike. 1-2. 3 runs in the top of the 2nd inning. The Bengals took a 3-0 lead. Centennial fought back once to get within 1 at 3-2. But since then, 6 unanswered runs. 3 in the 4th, 2 in the 5th, and 1 in the 6th for the Bengals. And since that run scoring second, just 1 base hit. Make it 2 base hits, then 1 erased on the double play. For Centennial, soft liner back to the pitcher, handled there by Johnson. And there's 1 away for Chris Novak.
And that one in on the hands. Johnson, a nice job to stay tough and stick the glove out. There you see. Able to just catch that one with a little bit of ease, I suppose. Didn't strain too hard to do anything there. So 1 out for Centennial in the top of the 7th.
Novak, the shortstop. The turn man on a great 4-6-3 double play with Montbriand and Buchelt that ended that top of the 5th. Gabe, that's you.
I'm all over this. Nope.
He did literally almost jump off the grandstand, though. You cut yourself, didn't you?
I did cut myself going for that one. So
you gotta be careful.
Now I'm injured up here.
Have to be careful.
That was all mine. I could have caught that.
0-2 pitch on the way. Swung on and missed. Chased the high fastball, and there's 2 down.
In my defense, it was a good 15 feet away. I don't got arms.
I think we'll see. Oh, no, that's him chasing the high fastball.
If I have my robotic arm extenders, I could have gone after that one. But either way.
Go, Gabe Glidden arm.
Go, Gabe Glidden arm. So either way, Johnson comes back and gets the strikeout.
Top of the lineup for Zach Rustad takes a strike. It's 0-1.
I did take off a little layer of skin there. That's all right, though.
You get a first aid kit. from the truck. You'll be all right. Playing through, playing hurt, my partner Gabe Glidden. Hopefully everybody else playing healthy on the North Metro TV crew. Pretty sure.
I like to sacrifice myself for the betterness of the crew.
Ground ball slowly to the right side. Second baseman charging in over to first in time. Ewing's a good play. 1, 2, 3 for just the second time this game go the Bengals, but they already lead by 7. Headed to the bottom of the 7th inning. 3 more outs to work with for Centennial on North Metro TV.
If you need seamless gutters, whether the job is large or small, you can say,
I know a guy.
For your full service landscaping, you can say,
I know a guy.
if you need commercial or residential lawn care, you can say,
I know a guy. I'm Charlie Walker, and if you need professional seamless gutters, landscaping, and lawn care, you can say, I know a guy.
In the nation, our agents are always there, helping make sure that when your life changes, your nationwide insurance coverage changes too. We put members first because we don't have shareholders. Join the nation where protection is personal.
Nationwide is on your side.
In Anoka County, contact Twin Cities Insurance Group, your nationwide insurance agent.
With gold at all-time high, take that rope and say bye-bye. Earrings, bracelets, rings, and chains. We buy gold at your exchange. Don't send your gold to someone strange. We buy gold at your exchange. Spring Lake Park, Frilly, Blaine. We buy gold at your exchange.
Bathed in sunlight as we head to the bottom of this 7th inning on North Metro TV. The Centennial Cougars, their last ups to try and cut into a 7-run deficit, down 9-2 to the Blaine Bengals. Bengals have led all game. First pitch swinging, swung on and missed. All game has been Dustin Burfeen out there allowing just 4 hits, a walk, and a base runner on an error. Solo home run, then a double back-to-back. For the 2 runs in the 2nd inning for Centennial. Ground ball down towards third. Bryan up with it, long throw, plenty of time, right on the money. There's one away. Riley Ellison the out. Then it'll be Jordan Ewings and Luke Dents, the scheduled hitters.
Bryan, a nice job to stay with that one. Took kind of a little quick hop there at the end. He shows off some quick hands, able to field that one cleanly with a strong throw over to first. And Burfeen still rocking and rolling here in the bottom of the 7th. They'll look to try and get the complete game.
The Mike Major standing in to hit for the first time now. Major takes a strike at the knees and it's 0-1. One away. Major, the junior outfielder. It's taken at the knees for strike 2 and it's 0-2.
There's that low pitch, Burfeen going.
He's definitely gotten better as the game has gone on, Gabe. He did look a little shaky through the first 3. Thought maybe the Bengals would have to go to the bullpen. That one lined just over the head of the first baseman. Be down for a base hit. So Major with the pinch hit knock. But he certainly has found his rhythm. And a 1-2-3, or facing 3 batters only in the 6th, forcing the ground ball double play. Here he gives up a single. He's had a runner on in every inning, but he's been able to work out of most of it.
I think his control has gotten a lot better as this game has gone on as well. There's another one. That one's too high for me. I'm not going to risk for that one.
Tense first pitch swinging. The runner on at first base. Mitchell Rudy if we get there.
But as you said, Burfeen doing a good job eating up a lot of innings here for Blaine.
Popped up right side, foul territory. First baseman over to make the catch. Fuchsell does put it away, and there's 2 down. So easy as it please, here we sit. 1 out away from a 9-2 victory for the Bengals. Looking to get their 7th win. It's all about playing tough at the right time. Pitch taken for a strike. The last chance is Mitchell Rudy with the runner on at first base and 2 outs. The big blows in this game. The 2 RBI single for Zach Rustad back in the 2nd inning. The 2 RBI double for Reichenborn, as there's another foul out of play. Reichenborn, the 2 RBI double back in the 4th. Big run scoring single again for Rustad back in the 5th inning. He's had 1 RBI in the 2nd. Correct myself there. 1 RBI in the 2nd, 2 in the 5th. 3 on the day. Breaking pitch. Just runs too far inside. It's 1-2.
And Burfing drops the bender to the inside part of the plate there. Very close pitch. He's trying to close this one out with a strikeout. Looking back at that one.
13 hits for the Bengals. That one too high, even up at 2-2.
Calding, a good catch there. He left the feet quick. I wasn't sure if he was going to get his glove up quick enough, but he does. A la robbing someone in hockey type of motion for those goaltenders in NHL.
The 2-2 down in the dirt. Blocked well that time, down low by Caldine. Being tough in net. Michael Diggins on deck. He had a single in his last at bat in the 5th. Should we get that far? Ground ball, chop back up the middle. Nobody home right now. The second baseman moving over. Long throw to first. That time not in time. Just too long of a play for Montbriand, so an infield single again. With 2 down, there's 2 on. Tying run, still 3 or 4 guys back in the dugout. Is just too far behind second base and too quick of a runner. A good stretch, though, at first base.
Would have been a tough play out there at second. Mitch Rudy getting down the line fairly quick. He made a couple running catches in the outfield for Centennial today, so he has shown off a little bit of speed. Would have been a very tough throw over there, trying to get Mitch at first base, but he's safe. So now Burfiend still looking to close this one out here. 2 outs for Blaine. He's still rocking and rolling on the mound. Runner in scoring position, however.
And it will be Diggins. 1 for 3 with a single. He was erased on a fielder's choice back in the 5th. First pitch taken for a strike. 2 on via the single for Centennial. They have not scored since the 2nd. 6 unanswered for Blaine. Outside for a ball, 1-1. Still far away from the worry category with 2 outs. Up by 7. Ground ball right side. This time Montbriand. A little closer throw over to first in time. And that will do it. The 4-3 put out. Retires the side in the 7th. And the Blaine Bengals make 9 runs, stand up. 9 runs, 13 hits, and an error for the Bengals. 2 runs, 7 hits, no errors for Centennial. The Bengals roll their record to 7-10, while the Cougars drop to 6-5 overall on the season. For my partner Gabe Glidden, for everyone with North Metro TV, I'm J.W. Cox. Thanks for watching. Have a great rest of your day.